we're giving you two functions, f of x and g of x. And we want you to find f times g, and then of 5, plus f of 4. I do want you to follow along with this problem, write it in your notes. All right, take care of the first thing. F times g. So we're going to multiply the blue and the red function together. We're going to ignore the 5 for right now. So what that red means is take those two functions and multiply them together. And then we will evaluate for 5. The second part says f of 4. What does that mean? F of 4. Very good. Substitute 4 in for x in that blue function. So we're going to substitute an x and substitute a 4 in right there, and then plus 1. Okay, so let's take care of the red. So with the red, we have to FOIL. So 3x squared times 5x is 15x squared. 3x squared times negative 2. Negative 6x squared. Should be cubed. 1 times 5x. 5x. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So what we've done in the red there is we FOILed the two binomials together. The blue, let's clean that up. So what do we do first in the blue? Your orders of operations, what do you start with? Parentheses, but really exponents first. So 4 times 4 is 16. We're almost done with the blue, so let's just continue with that one. 3 times 16, 48, plus 1, 49. All right, now let's come back to the red and the black. What do we have to do with the red and the black? This should be 5, or evaluate with 5 being the x's. So we're going to plug in a 5 here, a 5 there, and a 5 there. And then you'll want to probably pull out your calculators. All right. So 5 times 5 times 5, 125. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 5, 25. And then minus 2 at the end. What's 15 times 125? $15 times 125. 1,875. Negative 6 times 25. 150. Maybe you want to do the rest all in one. All right, we're going to shift gears now and move to composites. You've been taught composites in Algebra 2. Next slide, I recommend you write down. 1875 minus 150 plus 25 minus 2 plus 49.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Composite functions. What I think of is I think of work the inside, innermost parenthesis first, and then go backwards to the outside. So we have fog and Goff is what we call them. Fog, notice there's a circle there between the F and the G. I like to rewrite fog as a double parentheses. F of G of X is how you say it. Visualizing it, how you start is you first start with the innermost parentheses, the X, and you evaluate to the G of X. Then you take what you found in G of X when you evaluated it and go into your F function. And then Goff is just the opposite. G of F of X. You start with your X, you go to your F of X, and then go into your G of X function. And it's going to make more sense when we get to the examples. Students last hour said they remember doing this in Algebra 2. So we have lots of examples, more than I need to on my slides, so we'll probably skip some of them if you guys are catching on. All right, first example. I would say you want to write a few of these examples down. You don't have to write to all of them, but it gives you some practice on doing this. So here's two functions, F and G. And we want you to find the fog. So I rewrite fog as F of G of X. We're going to start in the innermost parenthesis first. So we're going to evaluate for X, well that's already done. So now we go to the next, G. What am I going to replace G of X with? 3X. I'm going to replace that G of X with 3X. Now the next step says take F of 3X. So now what function am I talking about? Now I'm talking about the blue function. And I'm going to evaluate for 3X. So I'm going to take this 3x, and where is it going to go? It's going to go right inside of that x place. So wherever there's an x in that blue function, I'm going to replace it with 3x. And now I just clean it up. So I removed the x from the blue function, and I replaced it with 3x. So now 3x times 3x is 9x squared, and then minus 1. I'm going to stop the screen recording there.